Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of pure, unadulterated wonder? A feeling that connects you to something vast, ancient, and beautiful? Well, just recently, millions of people across the globe got to experience that feeling in a way many had only dreamed of. The Aurora Borealis, the famed Northern Lights, put on a spectacular once-in-a-generation performance, and this time, they weren't just reserved for the Arctic regions. No, they danced their way far, far south, painting the skies in breathtaking colors over places like Colorado and, believe it or not, even Texas. This celestial spectacle was all thanks to our star, the sun. It unleashed a series of powerful solar flares, creating what scientists called a historic geomagnetic storm, the most powerful to hit Earth in over 2 decades. This solar storm supercharged the particles streaming towards our planet. When these particles collided with the gases in our upper atmosphere, they created a light show of epic proportions. It's a bit like a cosmic neon sign, with different gases glowing in different colors. Oxygen gives us those beautiful greens and reds, while nitrogen creates hints of blue and purple. Now, imagine living in Colorado, famous for its majestic Rocky Mountains. You're used to seeing starry nights, but this was something else entirely. All over the state, from Denver to the quiet mountain towns, people started noticing something strange. The northern horizon began to glow. At first, it was a faint, ethereal green, easily mistaken for city light pollution. But then, it grew. It intensified. Pillars of light started to shoot up towards the heavens. Vibrant pinks and magentas began to weave through the green, creating a tapestry of color that stretched across the entire sky. Social media feeds just exploded. People were running outside in their pajamas, grabbing their phones and cameras, trying to capture the magic. You saw photos taken from backyards in Boulder, with the flatirons silhouetted against a sky ablaze with color. There were time lapses from mountain passes showing the lights pulsating and shimmering like a curtain blowing in a celestial wind. It wasn't just a faint glow. It was a full-blown overhead aurora. For seasoned photographers and casual stargazers alike, it was the show of a lifetime, the kind of thing you tell your grandkids about. But the story gets even more incredible. Let's travel 1,000 miles south to the Lone Star State, Texas. Texas is known for a lot of things: barbecue, country music, sprawling cities. But the Northern Lights, that's not usually on the list. In fact, for most Texans, seeing the aurora at home is practically unheard of. So, when the sky started to glow with otherworldly hues of pink and purple, people were absolutely floored. From the Texas Panhandle down to areas near Austin and San Antonio, the reports started flooding in. At first, there was disbelief. Could this really be happening? Many thought their phone cameras were playing tricks on them. You see, modern smartphone cameras are incredibly sensitive and can pick up colors that our naked eye might struggle with, especially in light-polluted areas. So people would take a photo of the sky, look at the screen, and gasp. There it was, a vibrant magenta glow that wasn't there just a moment before. This led to a collective statewide scramble. People were driving out of the cities, away from the lights of Dallas and Houston, heading for the darkest spot they could find. They gathered in state parks, on quiet country roads, and in their own backyards, all staring upwards in shared astonishment. The photos that emerged were simply surreal. A classic Texas landscape, a lone windmill or a field of blue bonnets, underneath a sky that looked like it belonged in Iceland or Norway. It was a beautiful, almost jarring fusion of 2 completely different worlds. What makes this event so special isn't just the rarity, but the shared human experience it created. For a few nights, it felt like the whole world was looking up together. Strangers were sharing tips on where to go, how to photograph the lights, and celebrating each other's incredible captures online. It was a moment of unity, a reminder that we all share the same sky and are all part of this same incredible cosmos. The science behind it is fascinating, but the feeling it evoked is what will stick with us. It's that feeling of smallness in the face of the universe's grandeur, but also a feeling of connection. It reminds us that there's magic all around us, often hidden in plain sight, or in this case, waiting for a little nudge from the sun to reveal itself. This event was a perfect storm in the most literal sense. The sun's activity, the clear skies over much of the country, and the sheer power of the geomagnetic storm all aligned perfectly. Scientists who study space weather were ecstatic. They had been tracking these solar flares for days, predicting that a strong storm was on its way. But the intensity and the southern reach of the aurora exceeded many of their expectations. It provided them with a treasure trove of data to study how these powerful solar events interact with our planet's magnetic field. For the rest of us, it was a lesson in cosmic beauty. It taught us to pay attention, to look up from our screens and look at the sky. Because you never know what you might miss. You might miss the night the sky decides to dance. You might miss the night the universe puts on a light show just for you, whether you're in the snowy peaks of Colorado or the warm plains of Texas. Will it happen again? The sun is currently in a very active phase of its 11-year cycle, known as the solar maximum. This means more solar flares and more chances for auroras are likely in the coming year or so. So this might not be the last time we see the light so far south. It's a great reason to download an aurora tracking app and keep an eye on space weather forecasts. But even if we don't see another storm of this magnitude for another 20 years, the memory of this one will last a lifetime. It was a moment when nature reminded us of its power and its beauty in the most spectacular way possible. It brought people together and filled our nights with wonder and light. It painted our sky with colors we thought we'd have to travel thousands of miles to see, and it left us all with a story to tell. The story of the night the Northern Lights came to visit and turned our familiar backyards into a gateway to the cosmos. So keep looking up. The universe is full of surprises, and you never know when the next one will appear right above your head. Thanks for watching, and if you have any photos or stories from that incredible weekend, share them in the comments below. We'd love to see them. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about our amazing world and the universe beyond. See you next time.